Senator, do you feel that the administration is starting to move a little bit on teacher evaluation towards something that is a little bit less dependent strictly on student evaluation scores?
I think that their presentation was quite clear today that there were going to be multiple measurements when it came to the evaluation piece. I think that the most critical thing that DOE is doing is actually piloting this plan with all stakeholders in a collective to really roll out the mechanisms and identify where there are deficiencies, identify where there are needs of improvement, and identify best practices, which I think is always the best way for us to roll out new policies and procedures.
Do you think they have a specific sense of where they want to go right now? Or, I mean, I know they have a framework, but is there a sense of, we're going to use these tests, or here's how we're evaluating teachers in the classroom, there's a rubric that we're using? I mean, it seemed like there's a certain degree of specificity and then sort of dropped off.
I'm sorry, did you say no certain degree of?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, there was a certain degree of specificity and then it sort of dropped off. I don't know, is there more there you're concerned about?
You would have to ask the department. I mean, vis-a-vis prior conversations and the presentation that they did today was precisely that they do have a framework, but that the intent of this pilot program is to really solidify what that measurement will be at the end of the day before it gets instituted as a practice throughout the state of New Jersey.
What do you think are the shortcomings of the way teachers are evaluated for this, currently, not with the pilot program?
I mean, district by district, you will see that policies vary as far as are measured, but I think that you heard one thing today that was echoed by the Deputy Commissioner, and that was time. Are administrators given enough time, or are there other things that can be put under different management courses so that the administrator is dedicated to evaluating our teachers in our classrooms?
Do you think it's going to take more staff then?
I think that a lot of the policies and concepts that we're talking about ed reform globally will require new mechanisms and resources, whether it's funding or other personnel. But at this point, I can't, completely state to the fact because we haven't seen what the final outcome will be.
What's the status of your 10-year reform bill? When do you think it'll be?
We dropped it in
June?
In June, and I'm circling back with all stakeholders just to get some sense of where they are after giving them some time to evaluate the legislation. And it looks like in November we'll hear it in committee and then put forth an extraordinarily necessary policy change here in the state of New Jersey.
Trying to find out a little more about who the outside evaluators are. Is there any standards?
I do have a list of questions that I'm going to circle back to the department, so you'd have to direct that. I'm not sure as to who that would be. That's not something that's a management practice.
Will all of the evaluators come from within the school district, or will there be?
I think that you gentlemen are beginning to ask questions that should be intended for the department. The goal of the meeting today was to bring members up to date. We've seen what's been reported, and so just to give us an update, and I look forward to them coming back. I think that there's one benchmark measurement month where you're going to see some, I think it was in December. Well, some of the practices have been unfolded, and I'll look forward to inviting the Deputy Commissioner again to see some of what's happening in different districts throughout. But as far as the specific mechanics, you'd have to reach out to the department.
Thank you.
Thank you.